Welcome back to This Bed We Made. This is part 2. This is a few days on for my last recording, so it's been a minute. But I'm glad to get into it. I just if you're curious when I'm recording this one, I just finished my DreadX collection, the Hunt series. And it was a lot of fun to do. And this is a little bit of a different style, not horror.
I should be able to open 509 now. Back to the 5th floor.
Andrew and I agree that the graffiti left on Linda's door, hypocrite bitch, was most likely Wendy's doing. I hate to say it, but Linda's given her enough cause after all. Let's call that elevator and go back to floor 5. Today I've kind of messed around with a little bit more of my audio, so if it sounds a little weird, I do apologize on that front. The door's closed.
Getting into 509 will be no problem with the master key. Let's get to the bottom of all this.
Yeah, cleaning that is just not the play.
Oh, I do have 506 next on my list. Should I pop in before checking out 509?
I think so. It's on our list, we should do it.
Oh boy, someone's been living it up.
Oh my gosh. Someone had a little bit of a party in here. Caution, wet floor, so they stole shit.
Not exactly a cherished gift, if you just left it behind like this.
And I'm not going home without a prize. Dear my beloved Lane, much as I would have loved to spend this Valentine's Day with the woman who's about to become my Mrs. Hubert, will happily make do with the lifetime of Valentine's Days awaiting us. Enjoy your week in Montreal. I'll be eagerly awaiting your return and the start of our new life together. Love, Gregory. P.S. Don't let Simone rope you into anything crazy. Tell her I need my bride back in one piece. Oh gosh. Oof. Yeah, it's yeah, I have a feeling someone cheated on somebody in this situation. So it seems like this won't continue our story, really. Oh, what's this? Did he really just scold us for talking? These Montreal cab drivers, I swear. I know. I thought he would appreciate us trying to make conversation. Thank God for good old-fashioned pen and paper, at least. Yeah, it takes me back. At least Sister Gabrielle isn't here to confiscate them anymore. So like I was saying, are you ready for your week-long bridal shower, Mrs. Hubert? Stop it, Simone. I'm not Mrs. until we walk down the aisle, and this week is for thinking about anything but that. That's right, we're making the most of this week before I lose you to the jaws of married life. I would never. I won't be another Andrea, I promise. No. Lane, he's going to kick us out if you keep making me laugh. The Montreal Tourist Association, 1957 to 1958. Discover Historic in Gay Montreal. Huh. Oh my god, yeah, they were...
What's the story behind this?
Yeah, the shoes dunked in... Why? Sorry for the Met. Oh, okay. I see. I think they enjoyed their time together, if you know what I mean. Quite a bit. Especially if you leave that. They might have run away together, honestly. Holy Bible. Wait. Oh, geez. Better clean all of this.
Another fan of the Gossiper. I never did finish that article from this morning. That feels like so long ago now.
Dean knew he had a date with death. The Gossiper, peek into the lives of the rich and famous. February, and then it's 25 cents. Exclusive interview with Gracie Jones, Dirty Little Secrets Exposed. See also the untold story behind Frankie and Ava's divorce. Page 11, all you need to know about the Presley scandal. Page 14, is Liz bankrupting Mike? Yep, that's a gossip magazine, all right. And then lipstick. Okay. Let's just finish cleaning up this place. This doesn't have anything to do with our case, at least. Well, I think some lovers are either going to run away together, which it seems. Yeah. Did they leave anything? Oh, we have 2 pillows. Already got that. We'll throw that away. Do we have to replace the TV? I feel like, is that not in our job? Okay, I gotta clean this up. Clean up, sorry for the mess. Get that all clean, there we are. Clean up the shoe. That's very, I actually like that there's these little side adventures into other rooms that are not required for the story. I think that is actually awesome. Super fun. Can I open this side? Okay, just see if there's any missing clean. There we go. I would say we did a pretty good job. It's pretty damn clean to me. Unless we did something real obvious. Like any... Oh, don't we have to vacuum? Isn't that a thing? Let's check. Will be thorough. Bathrooms and rooms. Repeat partial cleaning duties. Vacuum every floor. Dust... Okay, where is the vacuum? We should be vacuuming. Where is the vacuum, you know? This cup. 506. Complete. Expect big mess. Oh yeah, so we should vacuum.
I bet I'll find the answers about Mr. Morgan's stalking in room 509.
Okay, I guess if I don't see a vacuum... Do we have 508 on our list at all? 508 complete. 509 partial. What's that? Do not. Okay. Let's look back here, because yeah, they're still doing renovations.
I think I have all the supplies I need.
Are you sure? We had a complete that we didn't do. We don't have a vac. Okay, whatever. 509 it is. the suite life. Room 509 is one of our suites, and Marcella and Hector Cruz have certainly made it quite lived in. There's a lot to look through, so I better get started. The answers I'm looking for might not be readily apparent, but when in doubt, clean. I'm sure something will come up. Nice
Looks
gloves.
like someone had quite the shopping spree. My first step should be to tidy up a bit. Searching a clean room is easier than searching a messy one. More work for poor Rebecca. Hang in there, Reb.
Yeah, cleaning of suits. Tuxedo, pair of pants, shirts, tie. Oh, what was that? Oh, just a clue. It's just the do not disturb. Why is someone sleeping on the couch? Oh, okay, it was just this, the newspaper. I'm not gonna throw that out.
Looks like someone tore that note apart, but I'm missing some pieces. I can't make out what's written.
The sleeping slowly, one half of the cruises seem to have made their own sleeping arrangement on the room's couch. Whether this was voluntary or the demands of the other is unclear. Secret message. Lo and behold, a little bit of cleaning up later, and I stumble upon something curious. A message of some kind torn up and discarded. If this first piece was discarded so carelessly, then I might have a chance of finding the others.
Maybe I'll find more of those torn paper pieces if I keep cleaning the room.
Respect.
This person looking for you back in Texas, was he really just a co-worker?
Dear son, I can't believe you decided to renew your vows so far away from the family. Your father and I are very disappointed, and so are your sisters. Montreal, what a strange destination. I would not be surprised if this was another one of your wife's ideas. I met Lucina in town yesterday. She has 5 children, 3 boys, 2 girls, and is pregnant with her 6th. Juan has just bought them that nice house on the corner of Prado and Ramos. Imagine if you had married her like you were supposed to. You would have your own family by now. Yesterday, I also drove by your house to get the mail, and as I was leaving, I met a man who was looking for you. I think he's one of your colleagues from work, but I'm not sure. I told him you're in Montreal and would be back next week. When do you come back exactly? I hope you can be there for your uncle's birthday party on Friday. I'll make your favorite cake, your mother. That might be Paul Morgan. Interesting. We're not going to throw away mail. So, SW.
SW. Looks like you had a few appointments with him, Mr. Cruz. Or her. SW.
It's already a haircut.
Looks like you had a few appointments with him, Mr. Cruz. Or her.
Appointments. Yeah, you could have been cheating. American. We absolutely want to close that to make it look like we didn't just snoop through that. Let's see. We got some guests. Hector Cruz, or to use Mr. Morgan's shorthand, H. The other Cruz and the husband of Marcella. They splurged on a suite, but I know not to assume that's the sign of a happy marriage, especially when someone's made up a couch bed in the living room. The tension in their room is palpable. Hector's mother's definitely the pushy type, judging by the letter she sent. It seems like the Cruzes are in town so they can renew their vows. From the looks of it, Hector's mother really wants them to hurry up and give her grandchildren. I'm suddenly grateful that Mom was never so pushy with me. She also mentioned that someone's been looking for Hector. Maybe I'm just being a hammer, or I'm just being a hammer looking for a nail, but could that have anything to do with Mr. Morgan and his stalking? I agree. It's a very big chance that would be Mr. Morgan. Picture?
Wow. You look like a couple out of a magazine.
Yeah, they're both very beautiful. What's that? 1948. They've been married 10 years. But she's not smiling.
These pearls. They look absolutely gorgeous on you. Though, I bet you could make anything look good.
See anything else? No. Just a Bible. At least somewhat religious. Rosary beads. I think those are rosary beads, right? I'm not really sure. I am not part of that.
Someone's been sleeping here. I should leave it as it is.
We got more clues. Wedding picture. Oh, okay, it is a rosary. We don't want to just throw out the news, but there's certain things we just straight up don't want to throw. That would be some of it. Mr. Hector Cruz, he's an insurance agent. Protect the dream. So he's from Austin, Texas. Okay, so they're renewing their vows in Canada and Montreal. What is straight razor? I can't tell what that is. We gotta go into the bathroom. Oh, looks like more of the torn up paper. Gonna answer the call. It's probably Andrew.
Hello?
Where's that Paul?
Hello?
Shit.
Andrew? Is that you?
Hopefully no one's out the window. Yet.
Clarington Hotel reception desk.
Andrew?
Hey, Sophie.
Did you just call me?
No, I didn't.
Then who called?
I'm not sure I understand.
Someone just called, and they said nothing. All I could hear was static and breathing.
That's pretty unsettling. Hang on. Hey, Beth? You got a minute? No. Give me a second, Sophie. Okay, so Beth tells me she just patched a call through to 509.
Did she recognize the caller's voice?
Oh, do you think maybe it was Mr. Morgan?
Yeah.
Let me check. Okay, it was a male voice, but she's not sure whether it was Mr. Morgan's or not.
Did she notice anything else?
She says it sounded like a bell rang in the background. Like an elevator bell. So she assumed whoever was calling was one of our guests.
You didn't see Mr. Morgan come back to the hotel, did you?
No. I get why you're on edge, but I don't see any way he could know you're in 509. I haven't spoken to anyone about this.
I know you didn't. Can you ask Beth not to patch any calls here for a while?
Yeah, sure thing.
Thanks. I haven't had time to check all of 509 yet, so I better get back to it.
Wait a second. I just remembered something about this morning. I can't believe I didn't think about it before.
What is it?
A few minutes after Mr. Morgan knocked over that vase in the lobby, I saw Mrs. Cruz rush out of the hotel, all alone.
Really? Do you know what time it was exactly?
I think it was a minute or two after 10. What?
I remember hearing a loud noise on the 5th floor right around that time. Like a door slamming really hard.
You think it was her?
Maybe.
Did you notice anything
Intriguing.
weird about her?
I don't know. She passed by the front desk so fast I barely had time to see her. Although,
Yeah?
I've always seen the Cruzes as a pair. I suppose it is a bit odd that she left without her husband. Maybe she was sneaking out. Or maybe she was following Mr. Morgan.
Yeah. Hopefully I can make sense of all of this.
I'm sure you can. Give me a call as soon as you found something, okay?
Okay. Thanks for the info.
That's creepy. How would he know we're in here? Hello? The phone rang while I was tidying up room 509. When I picked up, all I could hear was breathing. No other response. A quick call to reception cleared some things up, thankfully. Andrew confirmed that Beth had patched a call through to 509. I asked them to put any calls to 509 on ice for the time being. I'm jumpy enough as it is. Remembering details. While we were talking on the phone, Andrew remembered seeing Mrs. Cruz leave the hotel alone this morning, right around the time Mr. Morgan made that mess in the lobby. Was she following him? And where's Mr. Cruz? Now, what's happening? Expenses. And they're writing their expenses. Hotel, restaurant, taxi, $10. Blah, blah, blah. $24. 62. 18. 9. Yeah, shit's getting kind of expensive, isn't it? Especially for the era. Should clean up those flowers at least a little bit, right? No? Guess not.
I'll hold off on throwing this out just yet. The food's practically untouched. What were you apologizing for?
Please forgive
and were
me.
you forgiven?
It sounds like Mrs. Cruz is angry at Mr. Cruz. I heavily doubt he was forgiven. What could it have been? Oh, there's a letter here.
These are lovely. I wish you'd had more confidence in yourself.
I still love you as much as I did on the first day I met you. I will always remember the first time I saw you in that beautiful red dress on the... It seems like only yesterday when I met. 10 years ago, I promised I would always love you, and today I vow, pledge again, and I pledged 10 years ago. Everything changed the day you came into my life. I hope it will change again when a new member enters our fam. I hope we can soon expand our family with it. You know how important family is to me. Oh, gosh. He is so incredibly stressed. His mother, kind of a B word if I do say so myself. Pushing family. They probably had a fight. I don't know. This is intriguing. And the real question is, why are they getting stalked by Paul Morgan? That's the thing that I'm most curious about. Why in the world is that happening? I mean, he's just an insurance agent. Is that what this is? Yeah, he's just an insurance agent. What did he do? So strange. Maybe in the fire? No. Is that Feeman and Wiseman?
Mrs. Cruz
Fairney
got her
and
personal
Wiesman.
information stolen. Is Mr. Morgan behind it?
Actually, dear Mrs. Cruz, we wish to apologize on behalf of our company for the privacy breach that occurred on the 25th of September. Thank you for calling it to our attention. We are currently investigating the breach and trying to understand how this individual was able to obtain your personal information. Rest assured that we put measures in place to make sure the situation does not repeat itself. Your privacy is and always will be our top priorities. Sincerely, Harold Fernie and John Wiseman. SOS. SOS. Wait, why is there an SOS?
I could blame you for seeking help. I'd do the same in your shoes. These scribbles don't look random, but
5-8.
I can't figure out what they mean.
Is it the combination? 5-8? Huh. me.
This looks right up Andrew's alley. I wonder if he's read this one.
Pocketbook. Stranger in the Night. Goyer Gray is an inspired writer who works in a diner by day and writes crime fiction by night. When a series of murders occur across the street, she decides to pursue the killer, in the hopes of turning her story into a best-selling novel. She meets you, a mysterious young man who offers her help in finding the murderer. But soon Gloria starts wondering if he is the killer. Kind of gives me the vibe of Andrew almost, because I don't trust him. Infectant. Let's read. Stranger than Night, Beast in View, Murder.
Whoever wrote this is as much a reader as they are a doodler.
6P03P. That's murder. That's different than the rest of it. Or is it just because she likes murder novels? Strange. Yeah, it kind of feels like someone's watching me. I'm on edge.
Locked. It looks like the code is made up of 4 letters.
Letters. 5. SOS. W's 8. So it's O is 5, 8 is W. 6P03P.
Who could blame you for seeking help? These scribbles don't look random, but I can't figure out what locked. It looks like the code is made up of 4 letters.
So what is this? It's her jewelry. Her necklace.
Am I reading this right? The account's been emptied.
Wait, what? Yeah. Someone withdrew 5K.
You don't see someone withdraw $5,000 every day. Just what could have made you empty out your entire bank account?
Yeah, that's very strange. Close that. I don't want anyone thinking we're snooping. Up in, those are the final pieces of the letter. Okay. Can move and rotate. Looks like that might be at the bottom, top right. Oh, this, okay. So that's at the top right, top left. Two. So it looks like, yep, that looks like that goes there. Goes here. It's a bunch of letters. Yeah, it just looks like a bunch of letters. Yeah, sure, it's yeah. Nothing there. Maybe up. Yeah, that looks like that fits perfect. 484DD D32 G, or is that a 9? It's kind of hard to tell. Right here, perfect. That's, it's like that. Look at that. Perfect, perfect. There it is. Took a second. There we are.
It's some kind of code. Could I break it?
Super strange. Sorry about that. I'm just getting a drink. Opened up a soda. So it could be the code for those.
Oh, these symbols match some of the ones on the torn message. Oh, that's one of the symbols.
Well, 5 and 8.
Yeah. I think these match the symbols on the papers I collected.
It's so interesting. Why is someone being so cryptic? Pills provide birth control. Development of a contraceptive pill believed to be the ultimate form of birth control was reported yesterday to a group of journalists. The pill was tested among 218 women. Despite reports of some undesirable effects, Dr. Tenenbaum said the pill shows greater promise for the future. So it seems like she does not want kids.
Just what I was looking for.
Just seems like she does not want these kids.
I should keep an eye out for those symbols.
They had an argument, maybe. This is intriguing. Why all the secrecy about this code? What could be causing that? That it is very odd to put this much secrecy and it's level for some kind of unknown code. What could it be for? Is it for the suitcase? But why would you tear up the note about it? It's kind of weird. Is there code even here? Yeah, I should definitely throw away. That would be fucking insane. See what we got here. Oops. I'm on. Okay, let's see. Sorry, what? Somebody left a note on the table apologizing for something. One of the cruises clearly wronged the other, or thinks they did. But I don't know anything more than that. I'm sorry, please forgive me. 5 little words can say only so, or can only say so much. I'm on the case. The cruises have some kind of suitcase on their bed, but not the kind I usually see. It's smaller, perfectly square, and can only be opened with a 4-letter code. Hundreds of possibilities, and I don't even know where to start. Cruise? No, that's too simple, I'm sure. A letter is sticking out of the case, addressed to Mrs. Cruz and signed by Fernie and Wiseman. Apparently, she suffered a breach of privacy recently. Emptying the coffers. There's a bank statement tucked away in Mrs. Cruz's jewelry box. From the looks of it, she withdrew every last cent to her name. And there were a lot of cents, enough to add up to around $5,000. Why make such a big withdrawal? Odd enough that the statement is in her name, too. With married couples, you only ever see bank accounts in the husband's name. Maybe things are different, just different in Texas. I doubt it. Trash, or treasure among trash. Yes, it took some digging, but I got all the parts of the secret message now. I'm glad I didn't throw out with the trash. Now it's a matter of finding out what it says exactly. These symbols are strange and strangely familiar. Okay. Marcilla Cruz, the M in Mr. Morgan's journal. One half of a couple staying in one of our suites. Are more than a few hints in the room that this isn't exactly the second honeymoon of her dreams. She's clearly caught up in something. Marcella has a letter from Fernie and Wiseman containing an apology for some kind of security breach. I don't know what that means exactly, but it could be anything, can't be anything good. My mind immediately went to Mr. Morgan. Has his stalking really gone so far? Marcella has a bank account in her own name. According to the statement tucked away in her jewelry box, the last transaction she made was a withdrawal of the entirety of her savings. Does Mr. Cruz know about this account? How did she make this much money? What plans does she have that involve $5,000 in cash? Did she withdraw the money willingly? So many questions. I agree. Just gonna very intrigued. Can we just... Okay. So we have a few symbols to go for. So P is plus. We can assume all singular letters are either an A or an I. I would assume I. We know D's are O. And E. Oh, sorry. It's actually the other way around. Wait, is it? No, what is it? Threes are E's. We don't have A, so 8. We have 8 as W. No, these have to be L's. I will leave. 2 has to be A. G is V. I will leave. The equal sign we have as S. What do we have? N is G. G is N. I will leave. The leave makes so much sense, though. In, so that the slash is to be N. M is the dash.
That yarn map Mr. Morgan has on the wall of 505. Weren't there some peculiar doodles? Symbols, maybe.
Okay, so now we have to actually walk back to 505. I wasn't expecting that. Hopefully no one's in there. Yeah, the doodles.
Yes, these are part of the same set. I think I can use this.
It's gonna sound weird. Could,
More of these symbols. Just what I was looking for.
could Mrs. Cruz have been like a code breaker? Because, I mean, why is she doing all these coding? Making code. It's so strange. So strange. I'm turning off this
The
TV.
storm must be getting worse. I hope Mom's not too bored without her TV shows.
Get up. It's interesting where you're given enough information where you can almost there's dirt here. Can we clean that? Can we clean this shit? No? Alright, cool, I guess. Or you can almost like suss it out just by breaking the code yourself. So the little foop is an H. We have one H. That is most definitely T then. The equals is S, we know that. 6 is U. Do we have any 6s? 6. We have one 6. Do we have a V yet? Do we have? Yeah, we do. Okay, I am right. This is V. I wasn't nuts. Okay. I will leave. Slash is no, slash isn't N. Can't be. In the wait. I will leave notes in the vent next to your room.
I will leave notes in the vent.
That's
next
so
to
cool.
your
That was a
room.
really fun puzzle. It's probably 5:05.
Clarington Hotel reception desk. Andrew speaking.
Hey, Andrew. It's me.
Sophie, did you uncover anything in 509?
I did. I found a message written in strange symbols. A kind of secret code.
What? Awesome. Did you crack it?
It says, I will leave notes in the vent next to your room.
In the vent? What an odd thing to do.
Yeah. And whoever the message was intended for went through a lot of trouble to hide it. It was torn in a dozen pieces and scattered in 3 different trash cans.
So the cruises are keeping secrets from each other. Do
Saying
you think
secrets.
maybe one of them's having an affair?
You know? I don't. I kind of actually think it's blackmail. An affair definitely could be a possibility, but blackmail makes more sense. You took out $5K from her own account, and her identity was stolen.
I don't know. It really looks like blackmail.
Blackmail? What makes you say that?
The empty bank account.
I found a bank statement belonging to Mrs. Cruz. Her account was emptied very recently.
Emptied? No one does that unless they're in trouble. Or traveling.
What do you mean?
Well, they're not home, so they do need their money handy. Plus, a trip can be
5K
pretty
though?
costly.
In the
It's
50s?
weird, but it could be anything. Did you find something else to back your theory?
I also found a letter from some sort of company, Fernie and Weissman. It mentions a security breach.
Targeting the cruises?
Just the wife.
No.
It seems some of her private information was stolen by someone.
Okay, it can't be a coincidence that she would withdraw all of her money right after a security breach.
Exactly.
Whatever it is they found out, she was willing to pay them to keep quiet about it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
It could be blackmail for sure. Do you think Mr. Morgan's the blackmailer?
Or he was hired to find the black... Okay, that doesn't make any fucking sense.
If that's the case, does he intend to blackmail me too?
Oh, shoot. That's quite possible. Maybe you should throw away those pictures after all.
I'll think about it. What I know for sure is I should go and have a look at the vent that's mentioned in the message.
I don't
Good
think we
idea.
should. I don't think we should
It's
throw out
almost
that.
break time for me. If you need me for anything, just ask Beth to patch you through to the break room.
All right. Enjoy your break.
Thanks, Sophie.
We need to throw that fucker away, though.
I will leave notes in the vent next to your room. But which vent?
Theories. I did. I cracked the code. I will leave notes in the vent next to your room. Not too bad for one hotel maid, if I do say so myself. As for what it all means, well, I might need some extra help with that. Theories. I called up Andrew and threw out the idea that Mrs. Cruz is being blackmailed. I hope I'm wrong, but there are too many signs to ignore them. I'm going to see if I can figure out which event they were talking about. Maybe I'd be lucky enough to find some of those notes and see just how much water my theory holds. Kissing.
Now's probably not a good time to disturb Bernard.
Wendy, did you hear anything? What do you mean? You didn't happen to go to the woman's locker room, did you? No. Why on earth would I go there? Oh, never mind.
Oh, they're having an affair. She's married. .505 is my guess. But the vent next to their room?
There is a vent near the janitor's closet. That'd be a good place to start.
Here, but why in the janitor's closet? Another code.
Can't open these without a screwdriver. I might be able to find a screwdriver in the janitor's closet.
Screwed. I guess I was hoping that whoever is leaving these notes had left the vent grid open, but no such luck. Need to find a screwdriver to get it open, which shouldn't be too difficult a task. I think the janitor's closet is right nearby after all. So why is it... Wait, that means the janitor is probably involved.
I've never seen two people more suited for each other. I hope they work things out.
Eugene's a pro at fixing the fuse box whenever there's a power outage.
Eugene. Why is Eugene involved then? Eugene's involved with this. With Mrs. Cruz at the very least on that information. Eugene. Let's see here. This side. Eugene.
Highest priority, huh? That means Eugene's probably working in Bernard's office right now.
Eugene. Bernard told, or is that, yeah, told, right? That is told, or tells me there's a cold draft coming from his window and it's turning his office into a freezer. Fixing this should be your highest priority today, Linda. Dear
Sounds
Eugene.
like Eugene asked Bernard to stop opposing the construction of the new psychiatric hospital. And Bernard was Bernard.
Dear Eugene, I was unaware of your daughter's condition. I can only imagine how difficult this must be for you and your wife, but do not worry. You only have to look at my brother to see how rotten apples grow even in the best of families. As for your request, I'm afraid I am unable to grant it. Mr. Weston is both a good friend of mine and a benefactor of Clarington, so it would be inappropriate for me to oppose him. Also, considering his great influence in the city, I have no doubt he will manage to prevent the hospital's construction no matter what. Thank you for understanding, Bernard. Bernard's a bastard, it seems. Stop owners against new mental hospital. Or shop owners. A group of downtown Montreal businessmen and shop owners met with Mayor Tino last week to air their grievances concerning the construction of the new mental... Wait, W, right? W? Wait. Stocking journal. What were the letters? M and H. Damn it. Okay. I thought W was part of that.
Oh, Eugene. I had no idea.
Friend of mine has heard from her hairdresser, who's heard from her sister-in-law, who works at a secretary to the mayor, that the city plans on building a new mental hospital right next to Clarington. Imagine Denise could get the care she needs while staying close to home. almost too good to be true. I don't dare get my hopes up, but still, I'll keep my ear to the ground and keep you posted as soon as I hear more news. Warm wishes, Joyce. William Weston, manager of Weston's department store, says he and his group will fight tooth and nail to prevent the hospital's construction. Will our customers feel safe to come to downtown for their shopping needs? Knowing there are lunatics next door, he said. The hospital would be the first of its kind in Montreal, as patients would be free to come and go as they please. Dr. David Blunt, the young psychiatrist behind the initiative, believes that allowing patients to maintain a connection with the outside world will facilitate their full return to society once their treatment is over. Go fuck yourself, William Weston. That is awful. This mental hospital sounds like it's very useful. Good.
This must be Eugene with his daughter. He looks like a caring father. Shoot, no screwdriver. What's life without a little challenge?
Yeah, we want to not show we were here at all.
Eugene's a pro at fixing the fuse box whenever there's a power outage.
We're learning some stuff at the very least.
Wait, Sophie, you don't need these. Be careful. It's a slippery slope towards becoming a hoarder. Looks like plaster for the renovations. Better not play with it.
They want to go to
Eugene
Eugene.
must be down in Bernard's office. I should go ask him for a screwdriver.
I hope Eugene isn't part of this, but it kind of seems like he is. He has reason to dislike the hotel, and maybe it's more of a conspiracy than I thought. Is that Bernard?
It's, Miss Bellevent, isn't it?
What? Oh, Roy.
Oh, right.
So Bernard. We just met him.
You're the one who took last week off, aren't you? You had to, take care of your sister, I think?
Mother. My mother. She's very sick.
No, I hope this doesn't become a recurring thing. I need to know I can count on you.
I understand, sir.
What are you doing here, anyway? Are you on break?
Lies may get you out of a tough spot, but be careful not to get caught in a lie. Being honest to Bernard is probably a bad idea.
No, I'm just getting a screwdriver.
A screwdriver? What for?
Loose vent.
Well, that sounds like a job for Eugene, doesn't it?
Yes, you're right.
Then leave the repairs to him.
Okay, I will.
What's going on?
Oh, Andrew.
Oh, sorry. Seems I've made a habit of sneaking up on you today. Spying on Bernard again?
No, I'm looking for a screwdriver. For the vent. Linda asked Eugene to fix Bernard's window.
Ah, gotcha.
Eugene?
What? Maybe you should go have a look. You know what? I'll stand guard by the elevator and, holler if Bernard approaches.
Okay, thanks. I'll be quick.
That's not good. Where is he?
I have to find a screwdriver, but how often do I get to snoop around Bernard's office like this?
That's strange. Where's the beast? Of According to a note from Linda in the janitor's closet, fixing the broken window in Bernard's office is to be Eugene's highest priority today. Since he's not around, must be dealing with that. He knows better than to ignore a direct order from Linda. Time to head into the lair of the beast, I suppose. Long sail writer. On my way to look for a screwdriver in Bernard's office, I ran into the big boss himself in the elevator. When he asked what I was doing, I told him the truth, or part of it anyway, that I needed a screwdriver. He gave me some flack for undertaking a task that should be Eugene's, but other than that, I don't think he suspected anything. Phew. Thank goodness. He and I went separate directions when we got into the ground floor. Now I can see if I can find that screwdriver. Lair of the Beast. Andrew offered to keep a lookout when I poke around Bernard's office looking for the screwdriver. I have the rare opportunity to do a bit of snooping on my boss. What fascinating things would Bernard keep behind closed doors? But I have to be careful still, especially with Andrew on the other side of the door. I don't want to jeopardize him either.
This does not look like a nice brotherly check-in. I had no idea things were this bad between Bernard and Raymond.
Dear brother, I thank you for your invaluable input, but I need to remind you that the terms of our agreement, I did my part, I got you out of jail, and I have ensured that news of your deviant ways would not leak. Now I expect you to keep your side of the bargain and stay out of my way. You are not in charge of the hotel anymore. I have worked relentlessly these past few years to return to the Clarington to its former glory. Great challenge considering the poor state you left it in. I'm glad Father never got to see how you so shamelessly destroyed his great legacy. As for me, I will be dead too before I listen to a single word of advice from you. You ask, I lower our prices, but I can tell you I plan on doing just the opposite. My guests will only be la creme de la creme. Your deviant friends can find themselves another place for their sinful debauchery. Enjoy your retirement. Oops.
Oh, Bernard. So close to doing something altruistic, but here you are holding it over your brother. What Bernard considers sinful debaucheries could fill an encyclopedia. Could be anything from wild parties to guests walking around with their ankles exposed.
But I guess Bernard has issue with gay people. Debaucheries, going to jail.
Kind of wish I worked here
thing,
when
I guess.
Raymond was in charge. Sounds like the hotel was very different back then.
Raymond doesn't seem like a piece of shit. The Clarington Hotel changes hands. Raymond Leduc retired yesterday after more than 20 years at the helm of Clarington Hotel, located in downtown Montreal. Founded by the father, Fernand? In 1921, the hotel was one of Montreal's most respected establishments until the Great Depression and Fernand Leduc's death in 1929. Ever since, guests have noticed a drop in hotel standards. My wife and I used to stay at Clarington every year for our anniversary, said Mr. Grayson, who first visited the hotel in 1925. We stopped coming 2 or 3 years ago because of all the unsavory characters hanging around. My wife was quite afraid. Despite Raymond's retirement, the establishment will remain in the Leduc family, as his brother Bernard is now taking over the reins after many years as hotel concierge. Interviewed in the lobby, Mr. Leduc promised great changes would come for the Clarington.
Well, just look at these distinguished gentlemen. And a young Bernard.
Yeah, Bernard just looks like an asshole. He is an asshole. My employer has made the following request. To avoid unwanted attention, his identity should remain secret to both guests and staff. The temperature in room 602 should be kept at exactly 22°C. His dog should be fed the very best roast beef. His room should be cleaned every day at 11:30 on the dot. Eggs should be banned from his room service orders. No one should disturb him between the hours of 4 and 5 p.m. More requests shall follow once my employer takes possession of his room. Thank you. What the fuck? Those are some wild requests. What's that? Wait, what's dirty? Oh.
Opposing something that could help so many people just because it's close to your hotel? This is ridiculous.
Poor Eugene. Dear Mr. Weston, I would like to thank you again for agreeing to this partnership between Clarendon Hotel and Weston Department Store. Thanks to your generous help, renovations are well underway, and hotels never looked better. You should come visit soon, when your busy schedule allows it, of course. On another note, it has come to my attention that you have formed a group of local businessmen to oppose the construction of a new mental hospital. After working so hard to elevate the Clarendon standards, I cannot allow a band of cuckoos to move in my backyard. Should you accept it, it would be an honor and a privilege to join your fight. Cordially, yours sincerely, Bernard Leduc, and written by Eugene Cole. Enjoy the cold, you cold-hearted prick.
Aha! Let's get you to that vent.
Do we throw this away? I think we do.
Time to see what secrets that vent is holding. With this blizzard, Bernard's office will be a skating rink by the end of the day. Best to avoid that.
Yeah. I really don't want Eugene to be fired. Raymond is Bernard's brother. Before Bernard ran the Clarendon, the hotel was in Raymond's hands. From everything I've heard, Raymond's style of running a hotel was as different from Bernard's as day is to night. Apparently, in Raymond's time, the Clarendon could actually be fun. Andrew told me about one New Year's Eve when the power had gone out through the entire hotel and everyone was in a panic. Raymond gathered all the night staff and all the remaining guests into the ballroom, lit hundreds of candles, cracked open a crate of vintage wine, and threw an impromptu party in the dark. One second. I'm going to pause the recording for a split second. Sorry about that. Here we go. Let's keep going. Where was I? In the dark, staff and clientele were side by side, singing and laughing and celebrating late into the morning. Surrounded by candlelight, Raymond oversaw the whole thing, pouring wine and serving sandwiches of the finest lunch meats and cheeses found in the Clarendon's kitchen. Sounded like something from a different reality altogether. I thought my family was complex, but the Leducs are on another level. Bernard allegedly kept Raymond out of jail and kept any word of his deviant ways from spreading. And for that, he expects his brother to butt out of anything to do with managing the Clarendon. Poor Raymond. It sounds like he was in a tough spot, and Bernard found a way to exploit that. Yeah, Bernard really sounds like a piece of shit, doesn't he? Let's see if we can find anything else. Call Weston's office again, decide winner and play the month award.
Ew. Is this Linda's?
Ooh, indeed. Ooh, indeed. We don't want to leave any Let's get out of here. Don't think there's anything else for us to find here. Making sure Eugene doesn't lose his job.
Do you remember that loose tile from last week?
Yes?
Well, I'm afraid it hasn't been properly repaired.
What do you mean?
I mean that, it's still broken, sir. Someone put a rug on top of it, but you can still hear it crack. I'm just checking to make sure guests don't trip over it.
Is that part of your job description?
No, it isn't, sir.
Well, then I suggest you stop worrying about Miss Belivet. What were you doing in my office?
Let's be consistent. I was looking for a screwdriver.
I was looking for a screwdriver to fix the loose vent I told you about.
Didn't I tell you to leave it to Eugene?
Yes, you did.
Then what are you doing here? Are you suffering from short-term memory loss, or are you just so dense that you didn't understand me the first time?
Well, it's just that...
It's my fault, sir. I couldn't get a hold of Eugene, so I thought that Sophie, being handy and all, could fix the vent herself.
Well, that wasn't your decision to make, was it?
No. No, it wasn't.
Come with me.
What?
Sorry.
Would have known it wouldn't be as simple as walking out unnoticed. Bernard was waiting on the other side of the door. Stood up in the office. I'm really glad. Job. More times I can hear me call Miss Belvet. Only managed to get away thanks to Andrew. I really ought to thank him later. I hope Bernard has in store. It's too bad. Fuck.
Of course I do, sir. I like to read and go to the movie theater and... No, that's not what I mean. Do you have any lady friends?
Fuck you, Bernard.
Homosexual. Are you? What? No, sir. Actually, there's a girl here that I quite like. Really? Well, I wouldn't usually condone relationships between staff and guests, but... No, she's not a guest. She works here. Oh, Andrew. Some of the women here may be good looking, but trust me, a working woman's nothing but trouble. Once they get their first job, they start having all these funny ideas about women's liberation. Just look at Elizabeth. Well, she's very easy on the eyes, isn't she? But marry her, and she'll push you around for the rest of your life. No, what you need is a nice girl to wait for you at home with a good meal cooking on the stove. Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah, I guess. You know what? I get all these resumes from young women looking for their first job. Some of them even leave a picture. Why don't you take a minute to look at them? I'm sure if you find one you like, you could convince her she doesn't need to work after all. Well, she would kind of have to. I don't mean to complain, sir, but I couldn't possibly support 2 people with my current wages. Oh, well, if you find yourself a girl you like, I'll give you a raise. How does that sound? Okay. I guess I'll have a look. Then, go ahead. What, right now? Yes, right now.
I am so sorry, Andrew. Okay, he's not getting fired.
Oh. Oh, no, you're right. That shouldn't be there.
I'll have someone...
No, we don't offer that service, unfortunately.
Bernard still leaves these around the front desk?
But we...
Guess he didn't hear Beth when she swore she'd burn the place to the ground next time she had to suffer through one of his sermons.
The
Yeah, Bernard's a
Queen's
piece of shit.
Summit? No, I've never been.
Thank you, Andrew. I'm so sorry. Oh my god. God, Bernard is a piece of shit. Homophobic, sexist asshole, it seems. Don't want Eugene to get fired. That was a big part. Even if Eugene's part of this blackmail or whatever it is.
Oh, I guess I'm free to disturb room 508 now. But that's where Bernard and Linda were... Ew. Alright, let's open the vent.
Let's clean 508. They were oh, Lord. Fraternizing, or I don't know the exact terminology.
You are going back to my cart.
Ew. Can we get more cups? Yes, not. Say no to divorce. Even though you're cheating on your husband, Linda. Oh. Ew. Bible. Doesn't look like there's any new information here. Jesus Christ, though. Linda and Bernard just seemed like complete assholes, huh? Back to the vent. Press on a screw to place the screwdriver. Oh, okay, use the stroke. Oh, that's pretty cool. I like how that feels. Okay. New code. I don't know if this is the place you should be code breaking anymore. But I guess if no one's here, right? So that's dash. I like these code breakings, so I don't mind doing them. Dash is M3, 3333. Is E? Meet. So this is meet me tonight. 5 is gonna be O, right? Yep. Tonight. In my room. Okay, equals. That is L. Sleep. Is that a... O is a D. Disrupt. Distract, maybe? I don't know. R. Plan. Interesting. Interesting. Do we have H? Okay. What is that? Meet me tonight in my room. Michael? Is that Michael? In my room, Michael will be. So that's
Meet me
B.
tonight in my room. Michael will be sleeping. We need to discuss our plan.
Sorry, Andrew, you saved my butt. I thought being honest was the
Clarendon
best.
Hotel reception desk. Andrew speaking.
It's me.
Hey, you got anything good for me?
Yeah, but I also wanted to thank you for saving my skin earlier.
Oh, no problem.
I hope I didn't get you into too much trouble.
I wasn't in trouble, per se, but I did have a pretty awkward conversation with Bernard.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I overheard a lot of it. I am very sorry.
It was just weird. He asked all kinds of personal questions. That's just so unlike him, you know? But it's alright. I'd rather have that than his usual sermons. Anyway, did you manage to open the vent? What was in it?
I found another message written in secret code.
And?
It says, "Meet me tonight in my room. Michael will be sleeping. We need to discuss our plan."
Who's Michael? A guest's husband?
I
Most
don't know.
likely.
It's the first time I'm hearing of a Michael in this story.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cast keeps getting bigger. I'll just check the logbook. There's a Michael staying in room
507.
Mrs. Beaumont's room? But she doesn't have a husband. She's here alone with... Oh, Michael must be her son. I got him some extra blankets the other day so he could build a fort.
That's really nice of you. So, Mrs. Beaumont is linked to the cruises, huh? I have a feeling we may be approaching the climax of this story.
I guess I should go have a look at 507, but it's not on my list. There's a do not disturb sign on the door.
How about I call up there? You know, to make sure no one's home.
Good idea.
Just a sec. Well, it looks like the room is ready for your snooping, my lady.
Thank you, good sir. I'll call you back.
And we throw away that.
Looks like I'm headed to room 507.
Okay, that's close. Codes upon codes. Just as the encoded letter promised, there was indeed a note left in the vent, written once again in code. I'm confident that I'll be able to decipher this one too. I'm becoming quite the expert. Another secret message. Meet me tonight in my room. Michael will be sleeping. We need to discuss our plan. That's another code broken and another lead to follow. I asked Andrew to find a Michael in the logbook, and just as I hoped, there was only one staying with us at the moment. Michael Beaumont? They said it, but the son of Anne Beaumont in 507. Anne is one of the two guests staying at 507, the other being her son Michael. She's a divorcee. I don't know. Yeah, the divorcee. That ambition got out the first time, but since then, Linda's made sure we won't forget about it. Michael. So Michael is Anne's son. I thought his name was Mitchell this entire time. Probably because any time we've interacted, he's been either racing down the hallway mid-sentence or talking through a mouthful of sugar-frosted pops. No wonder I didn't recognize the name at first. I think Michael must be around 8 or 9. He's a sweet little boy, and he's grown on a lot of maids here. Since we've been seeing him for around a month now, I think a lot of us will be sad to see him go. His mom asked me for extra blankets once so he can make a blanket fort. I'm glad he's been enjoying the stay at the Clarington. Staying at hotels when you're a kid must be such an adventure. Okay. 507 it is. Feels wrong with the do not disturb sign, huh? You know what we should do? Yeah, take that off and be like, oh, it just wasn't on there.
Mr. Cruz, huh?
What? Why is Cruz?
Numbers, dates, times.
1824, 2663, 02, 17, 58, 58, 58. These are all pretty recent, or soon to be. Redline filter, meh. Oh, a little blanket for it, that's cute. That's very cute.
So you were eager to set up a meeting, but didn't want anyone noticing.
I hope you are well in spite of the circumstances. We've been on the train for 2 days now. It's a long ride, made even longer by the fact I cannot wait to see you again. We are scheduled to arrive in Montreal on the eve of Valentine's Day. I booked room 509. It's a marital suite. When we arrive, please refrain from talking to you till we can figure out a safe way to see each other. Say hello to Michael for me, M. Mrs. Beaumont, Clarington Hotel, 1178. On Street, Montreal. Huh.
Oh, Michael. Adults can be so confusing. I promise it's not you.
Dad. It says, Papa, I'm sorry, but Mom asked me not to tell you the name of our hotel. She asked me to talk about she's allowed me to talk about our room, though. We have 2 little beds, a radio, and even a television. Mom let me build a fort, and the maid brought us extra blankets. She's really nice. The hotel is nice too, but I miss home. I wish Mom and you could be happy, and I wish everything could go back to the way it was before, but Mom says it's impossible. She says she no longer loves you. Do you think she'll ever stop loving me too? Ugh. Poor guy. Keep battery. Okay. Good. Snakes and ladders.
Funny how some games really stand the test of time. I used to play this with Mom all the time. Let's get to the bottom of this and find out what links these rooms together. Aha! Keys are Snoop's best friend. Sounds like this is from your school days, but the name of the
1945.
sender is smudged.
You were right. I miss the snow already. It's so hot right now in Texas. It's quite a shock after the cold weather of Montreal. My family has never seen snow before. I could not find the words to tell him how beautiful it is. They don't understand what they're missing. I wish I could build my brothers a snowman like the one we built together a few weeks ago. I know it's childish, but I had not had that much fun in years. Christmas was exhausting. 9 days of eating, singing, dancing. It's great fun, but I'm glad it's over so I can rest a little. Of course, celebrations will resume for New Year, but it gives me a few days to relax. How are things going with your family? I know you don't get along well, but I hope you're still able to have a good time. I'll leave for Montreal on the 8th. Cannot wait to be back. Miss finding black cat hairs all over my clothes. I miss our late night study sessions at Harry's. I even miss Sister Miller's classes, if you can believe it. I will see you soon. Warm wishes. I have a feeling I know who that is.
Let's find out what this key unlocks.
I have a big feeling. Anne's husband, the relationship's not in a good place. To put that lightly, it seems the wife fled with their son and is now trying to divorce him. Michael and his father are still in contact, judging by the letter Michael's been working on in his pillow fort. I suppose that's the tiniest bit of relief knowing that he and his son have a good relationship. Michael can't possibly have the full picture of his parents' relationship and all of its complexities. It's easy to put a parent on a pedestal without knowing the full extent of who they are. Yeah, Marcella. M. The private investigator. Is that the husband doing that? Sorry if you can hear some plane. Greta.
So a husband can abuse his wife and just get away with it?
Dear Anne,
and
I met with...
people like Linda still think divorce is wrong?
Yeah, fucking Linda. I have met with Lewis, and he's asked me to give you the enclosed letter. I think I should reiterate that some of your accusations, such as wife abuse, are not grounds for divorce in Quebec. I understand you were hurt, but I do not think antagonizing your husband is very wise at the moment. Do not forget to be at court at 11 a.m. on the 20th. Be on time. Also, a friendly reminder that my fees for January need to be paid before the end of the month. I'm happy to help you out, but I cannot work pro bono on this. Sincerely, Howard. Adam or Eve? More letters.
Ah, that's so sweet. I didn't do much, but I'm glad it meant something to you.
Dear Sophie, thank you so much for taking care of our room every day and bringing us extra sheets. Michael and I want to give you a little something before we left. Sincerely, A. Yep.
Look in your eyes. What does it mean?
You don't need
And
to
who is
know
this
my
from?
name, but you've seen me. I've recognized that look in your eyes when you checked in. You and I don't need to make a fuss out of this. You keep your wits about you, and I'll do the same.
Either a guest got a hold of our stationery, or this came from someone on the staff.
This letter has been sent to you and has been around the world 3 times. The one who breaks the chain will have bad luck. Mr. Smith received the letter in 1953, made 33 copies, sent them 3 days later. He won the lottery. Yeah. Oh, unless there's something on the back. Nope. The wind in the leaves that day made a sound that sounded like really, Anne? The wind in the leaves that day made the tree whistle a soft melody that came to my ear. I remember it was part of this, and it was the day we met. Jesus, this is bad. I was looking for my cat when I heard the sound of leaves blowing in the wind, like a melody in my ears, on this summer day where I met you. Love letter. Her and Marcella. There's no doubt in my mind on that.
He's all but outright threatening you. Oh, I hope you can stay as far away from him as possible.
I just met with your damn lawyer. You got some balls to accuse me of that. And if you were so irreproachable yourself, do you think I don't know where you spend your nights? Worst of all, you won't let me see my son. You won't even tell me where he is. If you think you could have a chance to get custody, you really don't know me well. Only take Michael away from me. What a monster. The Whistle Cat Bar and Restaurant. Oh, is that a photo?
Looks like someone grew tired of looking at your face, Mr. Beaumont.
I don't blame him. We need to find what this key opens. Maybe this? No. Insurance agent. Oh, we can pick up that money. I mean, we should not be in here, so I think cleaning is kind of out of our wheelhouse. What's that on the floor? Shoes. What's that? I can't look at it. Oh, didn't even look here. A lockbox?
I'll need another key to unlock this. Haven't I seen one just like this somewhere?
Have? I have a feeling I know where one of these is going to be. It's going to be around here, isn't it? In this room. Because Marcella and Anne are in love.
That key looks so familiar. Why do I associate it with room 505?
Actually, yeah, why? I don't recognize it from 505. Being on 505 irks me, though. Do not like being in here. Mostly. Anything in there? be the husband. No. Maybe he's a private investigator finding the husband. The gun. Ugh.
This looks like Beaver Lake.
Why did she associate the key with it? Almost like he wanted me to find this. Intentional. Why is she associating the key with
Think,
505?
Sophie, where have you seen a key like that one before?
In a safe?
In a safe?
Where? Oh.
Ah, there you are. With Marcella. God knows where she is.
Shit.
Clarendon Hotel reception desk, Andrew speaking.
Hey, Andrew.
Sophie, crazy timing. I've got something for you.
Oh, what is it?
I heard a certain Mr. Cruz and a Mr. Morgan had an argument yesterday evening.
Really? Who told you that?
Jacques did. Apparently, it got so heated he had to get involved. And it sounds like I was on the right track, because he heard a particular word thrown around quite a lot. Can you guess what it is?
Affair?
Exactly.
How bad was the fight?
I think Jacques got in the middle of it before it got too intense, but he said Mr. Cruz looked like he was about to kill Mr. Morgan. So Mrs. Cruz must be having an affair with him, right?
No.
And her husband found out?
Maybe, but that doesn't explain Mrs. Beaumont's involvement with Mrs. Cruz.
What do you mean?
I found a chest in room 507. I think it can only be opened by turning 2 keys at once. I found one of them in Mrs. Beaumont's things.
What about the second one?
Well, I remembered seeing a similar key in one of Mr. Morgan's stocking pictures, so I went back to check. Mrs. Cruz wears it as a pendant. It looks identical to Mrs. Beaumont's key.
Let me get this straight. Mrs. Beaumont
Sorry
and
about the
Mrs.
dogs barking.
Cruz own identical keys that open a chest with 2 locks? Okay, there's definitely something going on. between-
If there's an affair, yeah. Maybe they're good for it. No.
I think Mrs. Cruz and Mrs. Beaumont might be the ones having the affair.
Really? Well, it is the 1950s after all. I guess anything's possible. Did you find any clues that might support this?
Nothing concrete. I mean, I did find a letter that suggests they may have gone to college together, but they could just as well be good friends, right?
Yeah, that's probably more likely.
I guess we'd know for sure if we could have a look at that chest, but I don't think I'll be able to open it. I've looked around room 509. I would have seen the second key if it was there. Mrs. Cruz must have left with it this morning.
Probably.
We were so close. I can't believe it all ends here.
Well, if you get me a candle and some plaster, I may be able to do something about that chest.
How?
I'll tell you later, okay? Just find those things, and I'll meet you in the basement as soon as I can.
All right.
Candle and
Thank
plaster.
you for not giving up.
I would never give up on you.
That's cute. I really hope he's not a stalker.
Plaster and candles. Well, half the hotel's under renovation. I should be able to find plaster somewhere around here.
I think the only rooms we haven't hit yet. 504? Oh, that was the first room.
Great. This takes care of half of this little
Plaster,
scavenger hunt.
Candles.
As for the candles, doesn't Rebecca keep some in her locker downstairs? I can probably find the rest of what I need in the basement.
The story just gets more and more interesting. I'm really intrigued on how this ends. I'm really enjoying this. And Bernard can go fuck himself. Linda can go fuck herself. Anne's husband can go fuck himself. Mr. Morgan, there's a lot of assholes in this game, huh? But I think this is where I'm going to end off on this part. I've been having a lot of fun with this game. It's been a ton of fun. I hope you've been enjoying the story and the overarching mystery that's been building. I am very excited to see how this continues. I don't know how long the game goes on for, but I think that's besides the point. I'm having a wonderful time, and I hope you are too. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this part, and we will continue it later. So if you enjoyed, please like and subscribe, and bye now.